Hi everyone, Amy Mongata back with some tips straight out of the client trenches. Today I want to chat a little bit about email metrics. What do they mean and why are you using them? When I engage with a client, I always ask the question, how do you know your email is working? And most of the time the answer is that they look at their open, click-through rates, and in some cases revenue or goal conversion. But the bottom line is this, an email ends at the click. And what I mean by this is that an email marketer can only control the micro conversions to the CTA button click. This is delivery, opens, and clicks. So once the user is on the landing page, that is out of the control of the email marketer. It is important to set up your metric sheets to reflect that you can only control what you can control. Next, emails must be compared apples to apples and consistent across audiences. A promotional email and a newsletter will not stack up the same way. They cannot be compared. And a customer email and a lead email also cannot be compared. Customers tend to have more brand loyalty and leads may not know you. So their engagement is different and should be viewed that way. So here are a few tips to understand what you can control in your email to make the metrics you have make more meaning. First, understand your email types. I always recommend that companies I work with have a reporting sheet by email type. We can then understand baselines of what each email is producing. So this is always how you can see your red flags and your optimization opportunities. Pre-work here is to make sure that each email type has a goal. For example, the goal of my promotion email is to drive sales. So knowing that my control ends at the click, I must think closely about all of the micro conversions, ensuring that the email will be delivered successfully, opened, and clicked. Next, understand the audience. It is really important to look at your metrics as it relates to audience. When we think about leads, we often are looking at lower metrics. Our goal here is to convert the leads into a customer. So the metrics for leads need to be monitored for optimization opportunities for the first tip I shared. Now, once a customer, we are going to see higher engagement. Understanding the baselines across these two groups will make your metrics have a lot more meaning. Also, why not try calculating your metrics using the delivered number and not the sent? Okay, so let me back up here. Since the beginning of time, the math on calculating an open rate and a click-through rate is dividing your opens or clicks over the total you sent. But let's take a moment to think about this. If you are going to use your metrics to make impact, then why would you want to worry about those that bounced being included into your metrics? Instead, try calculating your open rates and click-through rates by dividing the opens and clicks into the number that was delivered. That will at least give you an accurate picture of how your email performed to those who actually got it and what you may need to improve. As for your bounces, well, that's another feat to tackle and you can always work on that separately. But list hygiene and things like that will come into another video. Next, your CTOR may be your best metric. It's my favorite email metric, the click to open rate. So a good majority of the world doesn't even really understand this gem and how it differs from your CTR. When we look at the CTR, we are simply looking at the click engagement as an overall percentage of those that got the email. But when we look at the CTOR, we're zooming in on those that have opened the email and we're looking at their click percentage. So why does this matter? Well, it is your gauge that helps you understand how your content was received. Once you calculate your baselines and say your CTOR is 14% for your promotional emails, well then you can conduct some tests or on template variations, rearranging the content in a few different ways. The winner has a CTOR of 16.5%. Well, that's an indicator that the way you've organized the content is a winner. It really is important to keep up with the CTORs and use them to seek opportunities to improve your content. And lastly, when it comes to where they land, ensure that the landing page keeps the conversion path alive by working closely with the team that is creating them. Like I said before, an email ends at the click. No email can control what happens once the user is on that landing page. So it's really important that the content story for each email is created and the landing page makes sense. If you have any additional questions about how to use email metrics, let me know. Send me a note, a post, or a DM. Happy to answer them. Talk to you next time.